A former Minister of Information and founding member of the People's Democratic Party, Professor Gana, has endorsed Peter Obi to run for president on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, stating that he would defeat any candidate in the North. Professor Gana, who is leading a search team for the PDP's presidential candidate ahead of the 2027 elections, confirmed that the party is actively trying to woo Peter Obi back into the PDP. The PDP chieftain made the comment on Arise Primetime, adding that the party made a mistake in 2023 regarding the circumstances that led to Obi's exit. Let's listen in.
Actually, we made a mistake in 2023. I wish somebody on the other side, where he was vice president to Atiku at that time. If I were Atiku, I would say, Peter, it's now your turn.
Yeah.
Come up. I'll give you a good vice president. But they didn't do it. What I'm saying now is that in the northern states, Peter Obi under the PDP would defeat any candidate up here. Because our people are very fair-minded. They say, no, look, it's the turn of the South. In 2031, it will be the turn of the South, and they are getting ready. So there is that very powerful process. Our people are very fair-minded. They are very just. We are building a nation. We don't want people to ruin this opportunity.
All right. The PDP made a mistake. Meanwhile, Senator David Mark, the interim national chairman of the African Democratic Congress, has declared that the party will not tolerate the imposition of candidates, anti-party activities, or any form of indiscipline under his leadership. While speaking at a National Executive Committee meeting in Abuja, Senator Mark pledged to lead the ADC with integrity, transparency, courage, and vision. Let's take a look.
Internal democracy, transparency, and accountability will be our mantra. There will be no imposition of any kind here. Everybody in this party is equal. ADC will have zero tolerance for anti-party and any form of indiscipline.
The general has spoken.
You are either in ADC or you are not in ADC. There is no midway in this business. And those who are not with us, we will not carry them along.
All right, Rufai on fire. The general right there has spoken. Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
On both
there's a quote I normally say that Vimbai likes a lot, and I will quote it again from Francois de la Rochefoucauld. He says, hypocrisy is the homage vice pays to virtue. The general has spoken.
Yes.
He says, no room for antipathy. There are a lot of people that are one leg out and one leg in the ADC. In fact, the spokesperson of the party, Bolajara, came to defend some of them. Part of them is Mr. Peter Obi. So what is he saying with nobody? They will not tolerate anti-party activity. A lot of people are still, there's something in Yoruba called Fidihe, interim. Yeah. It was the government of, what's it called, Enes then. We have the Yoruba moniker for Fidihe. So a lot of people are still doing Fidihe with ADC because they don't know.
Maybe he's warning them now.
They don't know where they are going truly. And his party, spokesperson said, there's no problem with it. Because they also know. So you have to be able to taste every water. Yes. Is it good? No. But that's the way Nigeria politics has become. Because you don't want to dive into somewhere fully and they clamp you there. Look at Rufai now. Yeah. He quickly went to dive into SDP when they were going the way of SDP. They clamp in there. They say, no, you're not going anywhere. They are bad. So, okay, what will you say about people like Rufai that met with them in the coalition and SDP say, no, he says I'm a member and all of that. So, all of them are doing anti-party. You see, in Nigerian politics, everybody is anti-party. Now they catch now be Barao. Everybody is doing anti-party one way or the other. Even when you see a man that is in a political party that is prognosing other political parties, it's anti-party. So all of that is hypocrisy. Secondly, Professor Jerry Gana. Hey, please, dear Mr. Peter Obi, do not allow them deceive you. There's a word on the streets, me, I'll tell you, it's called handicap. When they carry you, don't be a handicap. You will be a problem. Professor Jerry Canada is now saying that Peter Obi, I didn't know when Professor Jerry Canada started running a polling agency where they see that Peter Obi is going to win in every part of this. I don't know. He's saying it for his own political reason. After they have dabarooed the same PDP, they've scattered it. and some people are still holding PDP. You want to pull a man that they didn't see him as good enough then. You now want to pull him back to the disaster that they already have now called PDP. For reference purposes, the same Professor Jerry Gana, when you had a man that had decent character, one of the only governors that EFCC didn't try, that had good track record, that was rolling on the bill of your party, that won you in the primaries, called Donald Duke. Didn't you go against him and took the case to the court and frustrated the man's campaign because of the series of court cases then, up to the very end?
Right.
So if you really love the country so much, I know what you quoted in court then was the fact that the party constitution said that if the leader of the party, Rufai, then was a particular region, you can have a presidential candidate from another particular region. But people too could have looked away from that in the interest of Nigeria and allow a candidate like Donald Duke, which a lot of people, praised for his prowess when he was in the Cross River State, go there. But you said no, it was going to be you. And you finally got a judgment against him in the end. So why are we now trying to push Peter Obi to a cul-de-sac? Peter Obi, I think you should be smarter than all of this. You've gone through a lot of wilderness in Nigerian politics. It's for their own selfish interest too. That's just it.
When we spoke with Talbamina, Dr. Mohammed Aliyu Babangida earlier on, he referred to a certain category of politicians in Nigeria as nomadic politicians. And that many of these nomadic politicians, they've left their parties, they have domiciled themselves in the ADC, and that nobody should be surprised if, these nomads leave again. After all, since 1999, we have politicians who have been in almost 5-6 political parties, just jumping from one place to the other. But the irony that I tried to point out was that Senator David Mark was one of the founding fathers of PDP, and he was, one of the major leaders of the party. Is it the same discipline, party loyalty, which was at the root of the crisis in the PDP that, the people who are now in ADC would ensure? To expect party loyalty under this present dispensation, you can only probably get it when you are in power, and the members of the political party are all expectant that something will come their way. If you are in the opposition, they'll be looking for how to get into power anyway. Now, that's that about that. Professor Jerry Gana is also one of the founding fathers of the PDP.
Yes,
he was one of the people who wrote the manifesto of the party. So he's the father of the party, one of the fathers. So for him to say, oh, he's headhunting for a candidate, he says Mr. Peter Obi. Well, we should look at the arithmetics. If Mr. Peter Obi goes to PDP, a party that is divided down the middle, a party that is in coma, in CTU, intensive care, ICU.
ICU is in coma,
intensive care unity. Now, 2, Wike is there, controlling the party. So is Peter Obi going there to go and fight, those persons, entrenched forces in the party, although he used to be part of that party. 2, to be president of Nigeria, you have to look at section 134, subsections 1 and 2. You will need 1/4 of the votes in 2/3 of the states. Now, how many states will Peter Obi get from the southeast and the south? Whose governors are all saying we will vote for Tinubu? In the southwest, I don't think any governor will even allow him to get 1/4 anywhere. And then the north, this same north, you think they are ready for a Peter Obi? So Professor Jerry Gana may just he knows something perhaps that we don't know. So he should tell us that thing that he knows.
Exactly.
But I don't see how feasible it is.
Yeah, well, like they say, 24 hours is very long in politics.